Hello everyone and welcome back to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. And I got new true crime cards. So what I want to do is ask what's going on with the Lilly and Jack Sullivan case. Why was the latest search ended? And yeah, we'll keep it short and sweet and see if these work. So let's see. Breaking the deck, we have natural disaster and money. Okay. So this one wanted to pop out. Let's ask what happened to Lilly and Jack Sullivan missing in Nova Scotia. What happened to Lilly and Jack Sullivan? And then we'll clarify with the tarot what happened. Back of deck, we have dating. This could be to do with a relationship. This is the background energy of the whole case of what's going on. So we have affair, we have natural disaster, we have suicide, and cult. Okay. So I hope this photo isn't too graphic for YouTube. To me, this seems like someone was making something nefarious look like an accident. There is blood here, so I do feel like whatever happened, blood was shed, even if it was an accident. So maybe someone could have been cheating, and this could have been in the lead up, the build up to Lilly and Jack going missing. I feel like someone is contemplating suicide currently, maybe because of the situation at hand. We do have cult here. So suicide beside cult, it's giving sacrifice energy. And with the natural disaster, it's making something look like it just happened naturally. Yeah, and I hear acceleration out my window. So something was accelerated, and there is a cult-like mindset, a cult-like group of people, or a literal cult. And yeah, someone I feel is either cheating, was thinking about cheating, but someone was feeling done with how things were, and something had to change. Something's got to give. So let's clarify with the tarot. We have King of Wands in reverse and the Page of Cups. So this is a creative energy. This is the psychic child. And the King of Wands in reverse is, instead of a leader, it's someone egotistical. And wands can represent, you know, fun, party energy. Let's see. Can we clarify affair? What happened to Jack and Lilly Sullivan? Five of Pentacles, loss. So maybe there was a loss because of an affair. Can we clarify natural disaster, please? And thank you. Prosperity. So if something looks like an accident, this plan will be prosperous. Can we clarify suicide? What happened to Lilly and Jack Sullivan? Seven of Cups, abundance of options, distraction. This is a distraction to make it look like whatever happened to Jack and Lilly was self-inflicted, a natural disaster. And with the Seven of Cups, it is giving substances, it's giving, numerous options, numerous people, and distractions. Can we clarify cult? We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, unloyal. So maybe someone had to prove their loyalty to a cult in a relationship. And this is the World and money. So just looking at this picture and with the page too, it's giving child trafficking. Yeah. So back of the deck, we have the Page of Swords, awareness. So there was something they didn't want to bring awareness to, hence the distractions. So if something looks a certain way, well, then they're not going to look any deeper than that. So I'm just going to put this here. I want to ask, why did they stop the latest search for Jackandlillysullivan? Okay. So we have patience and thunderbolt. Yeah, so this is basically a tower moment, anger, lack of control, luck, something to do with locks. Yeah, this is the tower. And it's looking like two people falling, sacrificed in the fire. And we do have patience. And that pregnancy energy again, Malaya could be pregnant, or this is giving that with a natural disaster comes new prosperity, but something must be sacrificed before something is gained. So I feel like the public has to be patient. There is things they're working on in the background, but they don't want to play all their cards. They don't want to shock the public. Why did they stop the latest search for Jackandlillysullivan? Why did the latest search end? Conditioning. Yeah, this is a lion in amongst the sheep. Guilt. Maybe they think that the perpetrator is amongst them. Guilt. They're hoping someone's guilty conscience will get to them. We have the miser in reverse. So the miser is someone who doesn't give, and in reverse, this is someone giving. This is someone giving a narrative to make something look a certain way. So yeah, give and take, demand and supply. Why did they stop the latest search for the children? Patience. Patience is a virtue. I feel like they found something they're working on, and they're also hoping someone's guilty conscience will get to them and they will crack. Back of deck, we have transformation in reverse. So when something isn't transforming, it's degrading. Something is degrading, and this is a new lead that will grow, but they're hoping that someone's mental health will deteriorate. Someone will expose themselves, but I feel like they may have a suspicion that the perp walks among them. So let's clarify these cards. We have single parent, responsibilities, and enemy, watch your back. So someone maybe resented their responsibilities. Someone felt like a single parent, and maybe there was an enemy walking amongst them too, the children. Why did they stop the latest search? Travel, experience new things. Okay. I feel like they have some sort of an idea. Why did they stop the latest search? We have marriage, sacred union. Yeah, they're hoping that the lovers will become enemies and turn on each other, but they're trying to have patience. So one of them will give them information. Yeah, so they're hoping that one of them will crack or both of them will crack. They've already seen the relationship crack, so they're hoping this is the next level, and this just fell dating with death. So this imagery is giving occult. We also have death. So trafficking and occult and love, giving, demand, supply. Why did they stop the latest search for the children? Him, divine masculine. So maybe a divine masculine gave them information, or they know who the taker, the predator is. The lion, the wolf in sheep's clothing, ghosted, disappearing, and fears, afraid. I mustn't have turned these over the right way, but this is significant. They feel like someone traveled, so the children would not be found, but it was set in a certain way that they wanted people to think it was a suicide, and this was something self-inflicted by the children. It wasn't done, but they were afraid, and there's a lock again, a lock and key. They want to unlock this information. Secret information, hidden knowledge, occult again, single parent. So someone wanted to sacrifice their responsibilities, is what this is telling us. Okay, so let's get the dictionary. Spirit, angels, ancestors, can you please give us some insight into the current energy of the Lilly and Jack Sullivan case? J, we have Jack. Jack's energy is very strong, a jack of all trades. They want someone to talk, and something is jarring. The truth is jarring. They wanted the kids to be seen as jaywalkers. Someone was jealous of the children. They were put in jeopardy. And a garden could be significant, an ornament, some sort of sacred shrine. It's giving jealousy. And we have Jew, Jesus, Jesuit. This could connect back to a cult when there's certain extremist or sects. Yeah, that's what I feel like saying. A jewel. Yeah, something was given or taken or sold. Current insight into the case. What is the number one theory for the police right now? We have start. Maybe they're only starting on this theory. Stare, statement. They're doing statement analysis, and they're seeing who put their foot in their mouth early on. Station, someone will be brought to the police station. Stationary, they may have to write a written statement. Statistics, they're looking at the stats and they're not liking what they see. Star, this could confirm that maybe something to do with the children's boots, if they had stars on them, maybe they will come across items or they have these objects already. Stature, yeah, they're checking people's measurements. You know, I'm thinking of the photo of the convict, so maybe the perp walk will be coming. Status, we have stop flow of blood. So someone wanted to stop the flow of the children's blood. Yeah, the first card, and you know, it's a very jarring image, but yeah, someone was trying to stop this, but it was too late. Stay, STD, it's just confirming the sexual element to this case. Steam, they're picking up steam. Someone, they want to get someone steamed up and angry, so they'll put their foot in their mouth. Steady and steed, a horse, could be significant. Look, very hot, very angry. Robbery by armed gang, passing through train and demanding money of passengers. Okay, so they're looking into financial things, demand and supply. We have steep, something was soaked. Steeple, it's making me think the church and the steeple. Okay, and A trunk could be significant. Someone could have been stemming, and that could have made someone angry. We have a stench. Maybe that will be significant. And we also have stencil. So yeah, something was produced. An outline. So they have an outline and they're gathering steam. Closing message before we go. We have next night. A niece. So an auntie and uncle could be significant. Nicotine, smoke. Nick. Someone could be called Nick. There's a niche marker. A nincompoop. Someone is a fool. But I feel like they have nothing they can make an arrest on yet. They need a hit. And they need someone to be noble. And I feel like they think right now the children are in no man's land. And there's nom de plume again. So look for someone who has a nickname. Someone who is nifty when it comes to no man's land. And yeah, I feel like the police are aware of the gossip. But it's like the truth is stranger than fiction. So right now they're allowing the fiction to continue while they're still really figuring out the facts themselves. So thank you so much for being here. Let me know down below what you thought, what you made of these cards. And if you have any other questions or case suggestions, I would love to read them down below. Until next time, goodbye and God bless. Mwah.